This is the Vibram Disc Golf Video Dog. Hey there, I'm Steve Dodge. Welcome to the Vibram Disc Golf Video Blog. Today we're going to talk about disc golf things that mattered. We've got a little haiku for you. I get a question a lot saying, how do I get sponsorship for my tournament? We're going to talk about that. Talk about the TD of the week. It's going to be a surprise. We have our broken disc of the week, and we'll close it out with our disc golf music to putt by. So I want to start this thing out. In disc golf, we've been around for 40 plus years right now, I think. Close to 40 years. And there's a lot of things that have happened in the industry that really, really matter. Each week I'll highlight one of them. In 1982, Innova came out with the first bevel-edged disc called the Eagle. In 1983, they came out with the Arrow. The Arrow is the first golf disc that I ever bought. And this is one of the disc golf things that matter. Before this, wasn't very professional. Before this, we were throwing lids like this into disc golf baskets. Very difficult, entirely different game. Innova came up with the beveled edge disc and changed the game forever. This matters to disc golf. All right, so where are we headed next? Oh, we've got the disc golf haiku. And each week we'll get somebody to submit a haiku. We'll choose a winner, and I will mail the winner $1. So if you mail us the winning haiku for next week, you will get that $1 with my signature on it. With my signature, it's probably worth, or maybe a little, probably about $1. Here is this week's haiku, written by yours truly. Discs happy to fly. Glory, honor, love, freedom. Graceful and true. That. It's 575, not 574. So, if your submission does not have 575, it won't win next week. This week I won because there weren't any others. Sponsor me. Vibram Disc Golf is sponsoring this video blog. How did I get them to sponsor? Well, I'm making the blog on company time, so it's kind of a special situation. But when you're trying to get sponsorship, you need to figure out what are your goals. Do you want your tournament to be really, really big? Do you want a Vibram Open type event? Or do you want just to have a local fun event, like a Vibram Birdie Bash, and you just want a couple discs and maybe a pizza? You need to figure out what your goals are. Once you know your goals, you know who you're going to be targeting. Let's pretend you want your event to be small, and you want to just have fun. You want to give people an affordable lunch. What you need to do, you need to go to the pizza guy, and you need to keep it simple. Hey, if you give us pizzas for $5, I will let everybody know all about you and give everybody in my event coupons for you. So if they come to your store in the next week, they get cheap pizza. And then when they come to that course in the future, they know about this pizza shop. They know you sponsor disc golf. What do you say? Keep it short, keep it simple. He's busy. He does not have time to deal with you, especially if you're not going to help his business. So, number one, keep it simple. Number two, help his business. In my opinion, it's better to give him more the first year and make his sponsorship a success in his eyes. The next year you can get more and you can grow together. Build a relationship, make it matter. If you want to build a big tournament, I've talked to many, many people about building really big tournaments. If you want to build a big tournament, you can do it two ways. One, you start with a small tournament. Every year make it a little bigger. It goes to a C tier, a B tier, an A tier. Once you have some real wind in your sails, maybe make it a national tour event one year. That's one way to do it. That path takes anywhere from 3 at the short end to 10 years. You have to get a history. I'm not a patient man. I don't want to bother with that. The way we grew the Vibram Open from the MSDGC into a national tour event, we put the cart before the horse. We said, before we had any sponsors at all, we said we're going to have a $10,000 payout. We're adding a lot of cash to this event. By the way, that was back in 2004 when $10,000 was, well, $10,000. Anyway, so put the cart before the horse. I asked my dad once, who was a very good salesman, I said, "Dad, why are you such a good salesman?" And he said to me, he said, "I overpromise and then I deliver." And I think that's the key. You need to say, "We're going to do this," and once you say that and put it out there, you need to back it up, and that's what draws in your sponsors. The first year of the MSDGC, we had a bunch of local guys who saw what we wanted to build, and they bought in. It wasn't the businesses. It was people saying, "Yes, we want you to succeed." They each gave us $100, $200, some gave us $300 from about 10 to 20 guys that really cared about what we were trying to do. The next year, we asked them again, about half of them committed again, and the year after that we tried not to ask them anymore. They helped us get started. Once you got those wheels going, then you can succeed. So, you can go the slow route. I'm not patient. In my opinion, overpromise and deliver. Set yourself up to succeed. Put it out there, this is what we're going to do. Send postcards to all the top players inviting them to your event, and you've got to deliver what you promise. The last thing, when you're going to talk to sponsors, in addition to keeping it simple, put yourself in their shoes. I sell pizza. Come into my store recognizing what I want is customers eating my pizza. Offer me something that's going to get customers in my store eating my pizza. It really is that simple. If I sell framed pictures, develop some sort of sponsorship that is going to get my customers to go to that store and frame my pictures. Perhaps give the customers a picture that's not framed and say, "If you go here and get this framed, we'll give you a discount." Think about what that retailer or what that business wants and give it to them. That's how you get sponsorship. If you go to the maplehillopen.com website and click on sponsor, there is nothing there. Every sponsorship is crafted for every individual business. I talk to the businesses, I listen to them. That's a key, listen to them. I figure out what it is that they want, what are they trying to tell the public, and then I craft a sponsorship for them personally. And that's how you get them to buy into what you're doing. You give them what they want. It's not all about you. I'll just hit on this real quick. The last thing is definitely keep it simple. These guys are busy. When you hold the purse strings, for example, me, I control the purse strings to Vitamin Disc Golf sponsorship. I get a lot of sponsorship requests. They've got to be short and sweet and concise. T-signs don't really matter. Nobody pays a lot of attention to T-signs. Programs, doesn't really matter. Nobody pays a lot of attention. A link and a logo on your website, they don't really matter. You've got to talk to the sponsor and say what really matters. The one or two things you're offering, say those. The other stuff you can say in an email later. They're unimportant. Keep it short and sweet. This is an example of a sponsorship document proposal that I got. And as you can see, it's very well laid out. A lot of very nice bullet points, some bolding so I know what to look at. It's way too long. I really can't take the time to read this whole thing, especially when it's probably not going to succeed for me. Keep it short and simple. One paragraph, what you get, what we're asking, done. Good? Everybody gonna go get some good sponsorship? I'd love to see everybody start an event like the Maple Hill Open. Let's get some $10, $20, $30,000 events out there and grow this thing for real. Speaking of growing this thing, Tournament Director of the Week. Congratulations to Mike Kernan running the Pot of Gold. He had over 160 players. As Mike Kernan has learned, when you run a great event, you don't get to play in the event anymore. Sorry, Mike, you don't get to play, but you do get to be our TD of the week. And I will go ahead and say that the Pot of Gold was also a Maple Hill Open qualifier, so congratulations to the fellows that won the spots in the Maple Hill Open. We'll see you in July. By the way, it never hurts to plug your tournament anywhere you are. Broken Disc of the Week. Look at this beauty. This was submitted to us. I'm going to move up a little. I don't know if I'm going to get the focus right. This was submitted to us by Andrew B. of Michigan. He said he had a really tough shot in between two trees. He threw it and it just stuck. As you can see, or maybe you can see, that disc is embedded right on a stick. That is our Broken Disc of the Week. Andrew B., you will be receiving a brand new Vibram Ibex. Thank you very much for your submission. Music to putt by. Sweet. So I was driving into work the other day, and Super Bon Bon by Soul Coughing was on the radio, and I could do nothing but think about hitting putt after putt after putt as me and Soul Coughing in irresistible bliss were singing, "Step aside and let the man go through. Let the man go through. Step aside and let the man go through. Let the man go through."